Let's talk about why our kids have a $20,000 spending limit for Christmas. For anyone new here, I'm Christy, this is my husband Seth, and we have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. Before you freak out, the limit is...
Pausing. You pause that.
First off,
20 grand per child?
she goes...
And it's a 1-year-old. What are they going to even do with that stuff?
That was the crazy part to me. The $20K is a lot. They said that they split it between both kids, $10K each.
Oh, I thought it was per kid.
Still obscenely crazy.
For a 4-year-old? Like, half his toys are less than $20.
That's what was like. I was like, a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old? What the
are they
F are you
getting?
getting somebody for $10,000 as a 4-year-old? That's like a bajillion toys.
Yeah. What? Can I finish the video?
Well, there's not too much more
limit is
than
between
this.
both of them, so each of them only get $10,000. There's a lot of reasons. I'm not going to be able to fit everything in this one video, but here's some of our logic. So our reason for lowering the limit this year is we bought a lot of different stuff for them throughout the year that wasn't part of their Christmas. Our daughter got multiple designer bags, her own Tesla already. So when it comes to Christmas, we didn't want to spend...
But this has to be a fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Now
This has to be a joke. Her own
this
Tesla.
has to be a joke because I'm sitting here like, what?
This has to be a joke. Her own Tesla.
What do the comments say?
This is crazy.
That's how long is that video?
Is your limit more? It's a minute and a half. But she goes on and she was like pretty serious. She was like, I know people are like saying that we should put it in and we should like invest in it. But like we've already maxed out their 401ks. We've already maxed out their retirement. Like,
How old are these people and what do they do for a living?
That's what I was trying to figure out. Dang. Let's see.
But I think it's a joke. There's no way she already has her own Tesla. She's 4.
Yeah.
Tesla might not even be around by the time she can drive.
That doesn't even make sense.
She won't even be able to drive.
Okay. So we've got somebody down there. Somebody said, I thought this was sarcasm. And then someone said, wait, this isn't sarcasm? Lol, her daughter has a Tesla. So basically it's like, why is nobody talking about a 4-year-old daughter having a Tesla? And the 1-year-old has a Lamborghini, LOL. It'll be outdated by the time she gets it.
I'm so confused by this video.
Everybody's like, is it for real or is it a joke? Her net worth is $1 million per year, so maybe not. I don't know. This is weird, man. We don't want our kids to be spoiled. LOL.
Ooh.
LOL.
Also, too, like, how do you not
Only
spoil your
10K.
kids these days?
Only
I feel like it's
10K.
hard.
I will agree a little bit that it is tougher now, man.
Especially because like all the kids know what's happening to other kids happening, like going on because of social media.
I mean, we were the same way, but I feel like
I only
no.
knew what Joe Schmo down the street got.
In high school, you only knew somebody was rich or poor based on their clothes.
I'm not talking high school. I'm talking like elementary.
Yeah, well, that too. But like just in general, even in elementary, it didn't matter. The only way you would know if somebody was well off or not well off was the clothes they had. Because we didn't have technology back then.
Yo, I will say this is a fun
We didn't
fact.
have Apple Watches. We didn't have iPhones. We didn't have
Yes, we did. I
iPads.
had an
Not
iPhone.
as a kid. Not until iPhone came out in 2008, 7. That means we were juniors in high school.
I was
A sophomore?
a sophomore. Yeah, but you had other phones. Like I had the
Yeah.
T-Mobile flippy.
That
thing.
didn't happen. So that was like the status symbol for a while there.
Sidekick, I think is what it was
The
called.
T-Mobile Sidekick. People forgot about that as like a Chris Brown commercial. He fought Fat Joe or something. He's like, oh, I'm on my sidekick.
Or like a Burberry. No, not Burberry. What was it called?
Blackberry.
Blackberry.
Yeah.
So yeah, kids had that and stuff. You know what's funny is, well, I did not grow up with money at all. So, I mean, I worked since I was 14 to provide my.
Okay, you get yours.
Anyways,
Strong, independent woman alert over here.
What was so funny is whenever I got a car at 16, my dad did get me a
Got you the
car.
nice car.
I had a Volkswagen Bug and whatever. And then, so it kept breaking down. And my dad was like, it's not a reliable car. We need to just get you a different car. So then I got my Altima Coupe. And then everyone thought
You were
we
rich.
had so much money. Everyone. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? No, don't actually.
We had the same thing happen. So we're in a very small town, right?
You are,
Small
yeah.
town, Oklahoma. And there was one plastic surgeon who was like super rich, ended up marrying or dating this random girl who was, we'll just say that she was pretty much poor, right? She was a good looking poor person who had like a 14-year-old boy kid or 16-year-old kid or whatever. And so he was known as like kind of on the lower end, he didn't have a lot of money, never wore like nice clothes, anything like that, for whatever reason. And then all of a sudden one day he just shows up driving Lamborghinis to school.
He got married.
And he was wearing,
the kid showed up
the
to
kid
school driving a Lamborghini.
showed up wearing, like, went from not even like riding the bus, like eating in the cafeteria. Next day, driving Lamborghinis to school. And you're right, the same thing happened. Like all the popular kids. I was never like that. I was always like friends with everybody. But like you can see people switch up all of a sudden. They're like, he went from the kid that nobody would talk to like now the popular people were like, hey man, like
So shitty.
Like, and same thing with you. Like,
I mean, but my friend group didn't change. People just like had a new, I don't know. They just assumed
they just
something else.
assumed, something.
Of course, also too, that was like junior high school or junior, senior year.
But getting back to my point, it was easy to grab kids' clothes from Aeropostale or something and get them in the loop of stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, you want to be cool? You have to have this $500 Apple Watch. You have to have this $1,000 iPad. Oh, you don't have an iMac because they use computers at school now. It's like, oh, you don't have a nice MacBook Pro in school. It's like, oh, you're poor.
What's funny is even like Stanley's. Like,
even little things like that. Like they can be expensive,
if you
right?
don't have a Stanley, you're not cool, which I think is.
These kids are crazy, man.
I know. I feel so bad.
I do feel kind of bad a little bit because they're all like told on social media that they need to have all these things to be worth anything. And like back in our day, it was like social media had no effect on us all the way through high school.
Yep.
Like Facebook was just becoming a thing in high school.
Yeah.
And Instagram was becoming a thing whenever we were in college. But like nobody was gonna like stalk you and bully you at home,
No.
or anything crazy like that. That's wild.
I know.
But 20,000 is a little much.
I want to watch this video and see if it's real or
There's
fake.
really not much else. She just talks about like how rich she is basically the whole time, and like how they've already like bought them everything, and how they've already like invested all the money they need to. They're like, this is just extra spending money that we were just gonna like, I don't know, we just want to waste it, so we'd rather waste it on them,